Hello Cancer, and welcome to your September Psychic Zodiac Wheel reading 2020. We're not done yet, over halfway though, so September is full of changes, especially astrologically. So let's see what messages there are. So I invite angels and my guides to join me for this reading for Cancer, September 2020, and share what messages there are for Cancer, for their highest good and for the good of all concerned. Thank you. Six of Cups here, Cancer. Fond memories of the past. This can be a time where you disinter buried memories of your past, or past relationship patterns can manifest now. Okay, and they can be psychologically motivated, so you may not even be aware that that's what you're dealing with. Okay, so try and keep your focus on your attitude and your temperament. But it is something also from your past, a friend from your past getting back in contact with you. The Hierophant is about tradition and wisdom, and it's organisations and governments and conforming. It can indicate an important milestone, and it also can indicate hearing your calling, or feeling that you're hearing your calling. In the area of your self-esteem and how you earn your money. So you may be in a position to earn money out of this. And if you are a creative, talented sort of individual, you can possibly find that you will be able to create some sort of income out of that calling, and it is going to be significant here through September, Cancer. So in the area of communication, excuse me, the Four of Swords in short distance travel, siblings, communication. Now, I do feel with this Four of Swords here that there may be a bit of upset connected with your siblings, or lack of communication between you and your siblings. Okay? Now, the Hermit is here in the 4th house of home and family, property, your ancestry, your heritage, rather, your and even real estate is signified here in the 4th house. So it's about introspection, the Hermit, a meditative journey, a withdrawal. It's not about socializing. It's it's the right time to find peace and solitude in order to think and find clarity. And it's letting you know that you don't want to be disturbed. So you're content to be at home and be left alone, basically. And you probably even, if you're living with other people, Cancer, you probably don't even really want them to be bothering you too much. You just want to be left to your own devices by the looks of that. And I'm getting the sense through these readings this month as well that people are becoming more content with staying at home or being in their own space. They're, in a weird way, people are getting used to it. I know that it's sort of like if people weren't sort of being forced to be in lockdown and they were just allowed to have this time at home, they'd be happy with it. But it's that sense in us that we've got to do this, we're being told to do this, it's not us having a choice to do this. But anyway, regardless, Cancer, you're being shown here as being introspective and having some space around you and some solitude is going to give you the time to resolve existing problems which are within you. It's not a blame game here. You can't point the finger at somebody else, they're saying to me. You've got to look within, because you've got to resolve the conflict or issues within yourself, and then that will be mirrored in the people that are around you, and things can be resolved. And justice here to do with children, your love life, giving and receiving love. It's a two-way street. Justice is also a Libra energy, so there's a fairness quality about it, and its message for you is making the right choice and there being some sort of revelation of the truth. If you have done something wrong, you need to make it right. That will go in your favour. But this is letting you know that if there is something that has been done wrong or you've treated someone wrongly, you need to make it right. The Justice card is also about legal contracts, personal accountability, using wisdom for past experience, the karma, cause and effect, the universal laws. And that's something that people tend to just overlook, is that the laws of the universe are much more powerful than the man-made laws that we live by. And the laws of the universe are really in play big time on our planet at the moment. And one of the laws of the universe is, of course, the law of attraction. But there are other laws of the universe which I won't go into now, but if you want to ask me any questions, please leave a question about it in the comments. Nine of Cups here in the area of work, health, daily routine, rituals, pets, and it's a bit of overindulgence there. Overdoing it, overdoing the workload, you know, going all out to get what you want, sort of thing. This is letting you know to be careful not to overdo it too much. All work and no play really is a life out of balance. It's not being innovative, it's not being putting yourself in a position of where you're thriving. the energies that are around now aren't about thriving. They're about survival. The Ace of Swords. Now this is the gift of air, the sword card, of sword energy. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. It's reversed. So there's signs of not being any fertility around in a partnership. So partnerships could be a double-edged sword at the moment. Okay, and you could be feeling like you're stuck in a rut. And that relationship, whether it's marriage or business, is showing lacking commitment there with that Ace of Swords. Oh, the Star of Hope. But there is hope. And there's nothing wrong with hope. This is your guiding star. And it's Aquarius energy, the star energy. And it's also connected to Uranus, which is in retrograde. So expect the unexpected. The planet of surprise and shock and sudden events unfolding. So Uranus will take you out of the past and point you towards the future. And there is healing that is needed, and it could sneak up on you in mysterious ways. But it is a sign that life will improve, and that there's karmic link between you and the situation that is unfolding at the moment. Okay? In the area of joint finances, other people's support, and emotional values, beginnings and endings, birth and death, and rebirth and regeneration, reincarnation even. The Tower reversed. There is some surprises coming, and possibly a surprise disagreement, and it's to do with foreign lands and foreign cultures, and higher education, higher consciousness. This is saying that there's possibility here, Cancer, that you're not actually tuning in to that life purpose that you're meant to, or your life's calling. You're fighting it, or this is the area of higher realms of knowledge. It's a very futuristic area, and its polar opposite here is the Four of Swords, which is about taking one step at a time and not pushing. Don't be pushy. Okay? It's also indicating that there could be a recovery. Maybe you've not been well, or you've had to have surgery, and there's a recovery here being shown as well that you could have been very concerned about with that there in that polar opposite position. So yeah, the Tower is Mars energy, and Mars is retrograde from the 10th of September onwards. But once I finish the wheel, we'll get into that a little bit more. At the moment, we're just finding out what messages the cards have. Now, the Hangman, and he is in reverse. So that's about stubbornness. That's about victim mentality. Or maybe you're the one that's been tricked and duped. And there's a need here to let go of something that keeps hurting you. What are you holding on to? And it's not new. You get hurt about the same thing many times through your life. So there's a need to let go of it, my dear. Holding on to it isn't going to help. So that's the message of the Hangman reversed, because it requires some sort of sacrifice, and if you're not going to willingly make the sacrifice, and really, you know, the victim hat must be taken off, because we are all in this together, and no matter whether you're filthy rich or filthy poor, we're actually all experiencing the same emotions, and probably very much so the same attitude towards it all. So, you know, on a conscious level, we're all at the same point. So, and, you know, we're not actually victims. We are having a human experience, for better or for worse. And we need adaptability and flexibility, and we need to learn to duck and weave in a new way that we never had to do before. Nine of Pentacles. Well, that's a really nice one to have there. Wishes and hopes here being manifested, and financial abundance is present there with that Knight of Pentacles. So you are going to get an influx of some sort, or an increase of some sort. You may have some generosity coming your way. I do like the Knight of Pentacles there. Very much so. There's also persistence and dedication. And it is showing that enjoying financial improvements, but you sort of got to enjoy it on your own. But that's probably because of lockdown for most of you. So there is going to be improvement there with your finances. You are getting on the right track. Now, the 12th house, oh, well, you're definitely getting on the right track, because you've got the 10 of Pentacles. Now, this is also in your subconscious. This is what you keep secret and what you keep hidden, and you would very much like to just own your property, not have to pay any bills, have a few close family members around you, and a couple of pets. It speaks volumes, that card, doesn't it? So, and that's also leaving things behind for future generations, the 10 of Pentacles. It's inheritances. It's also a message of make sure you use your wealth wisely so that you can enhance your life and do philanthropy. And there's that desire there to make things comfortable for yourself. Okay? But this is also the area of your own self-undoing and your self-sabotage comes out here in the area of the 12th house. So, as I said, there's a connection here from someone to do with your past, and you're also going through a process here where you know that there's some of your personal needs need to shift and evolve. Here in the area of your self-esteem and the money that you earn and your possessions and your creative talents with that Hierophant there, being a card of tradition and wisdom, organisations and governments, and conforming. Okay, there's hidden timing connected to this Hierophant card. So there's the time's going to come where you will have to really examine your values and your morals in connection with how you earn your money, your self-esteem, your values. But Venus on the 6th of September is coming into Leo, and this area of your second house is ruled by Leo. So your heart chakra will be the area that you can focus on and help heal and cleanse. And that Venus in Leo from the 6th of September onwards is going to have you acting things out, and you want to enjoy and have fun, so you may not be willing to follow tradition and listen to the wisdom of your elders, that kind of thing. Though I feel that you do know that it's much wiser if you do. And then you will be able to enjoy and have fun and be creative in your relationships, and you'll be able to take pride in your partner. And that Venus in Leo energy is really also about beauty, and you know, like the beautiful lion's mane in the Leo with their mane, and a good hair day or a good hair month. Yeah, so it's that energy that will be affecting this area. So that's really nice. The new moon is in your third house on the 18th of September in Virgo. So getting active in your local area. Time to do chores, tidy up, get organised, schedule a health check, start the new gym routine, attend to details. It's connected to siblings, your immediate environment, short distance travel, as well as transport. So, and that Virgo energy can be critical, so be aware of that. You may be critical of the way other people express themselves, might not be how you want it to be expressed, but you know, the energy that's around now, especially with the nodes in Gemini and Sagittarius, it's being brave enough to allow others to express themselves honestly, whether you like their honesty or not, really. So that's a little challenge there for us all. And the sun will move into the 4th house in the second half of September with Libra. Well, it's in the 4th house, it's moving into Libra the second half of September. And Libra is the diplomat, being diplomatic in the family or home, or to do with property. Sun in Libra likes to have peace and harmony and beauty around them. There could be some vanity involved in that. But the sun is about wholeheartedness and really focusing on that heart energy, coming from the heart, trusting the heart energy, listening to the heart, joining the heart and head energy and bringing it into one. Mercury is in Libra from the 6th of September, and so there also will be that desire to be the diplomat and the peacemaker. Could even find that you're acting as a go-between in a relationship, or someone that is a family member could be acting for a go-between in your relationship. But try to be a good communicator, and good communicators don't do all the talking. Good communicators listen. A lot of the time when someone turns to someone to tell them about their worries or concerns, they're not asking that person to give them advice, they're asking that person to listen. And it is much more important than just being the one that does all the talking. You can't hear what's going on if you're doing all the talking. So just remember to be a good listener. And arguments will upset you because you're going to be in a situation. The Mercury Libra energy prefers harmony in communications. But if you're not listening to what this whoever the family member is trying to get across to you, then it will be an argument, and vice versa. It may be the other way around. If you're trying to communicate between you and a partner or a close family member, use the peace pipe, hand it backwards and forwards to each other, and when the other person has it, it's their time to speak, and you have to wait until they've finished speaking and handed the peace pipe back to you before it's your turn to speak. Okay? Now, justice, as I said, in the love life area, which is lovers, children, so there's some sort of fairness got to be worked out there. So I do feel with that, making a choice is very important, and there will be truths that come to the surface. Things are going to be revealed, but wrong is made right. Here, legal contracts, personal accountability, karma, cause and effect, is justice. So you will be able to feel relaxed once this process is done. So that's a good thing that's getting sorted out there in September. And as I said, overindulgence here in the 6th house. This is the wish card if it's around the right way, and when it's reversed, it is too much of the fine things in life, and whining and dining and that sort of thing, overindulging. Now, it may not be food or alcohol that you're overindulging in, but it's something that you're overindulging in, and it's in the work area, so you may well be overindulging in being a workaholic. And the justice next to it is letting you know to regain some balance. Don't go overboard. Okay? And this is letting you know that there is difficulty in finding clarity in a business relationship or partnership of any description, and relationships are lacking commitment. So you need to rethink some of your business associates, I'd say, if it's not connected with your personal. Now this 7th house area of partnerships is where you've got Jupiter, Saturn and Pluto. So the polarity is the 1st house to the 7th house, which is the need to analyse the deeper understanding of the relationship with others and maintaining appropriate boundaries in your relationship, and the personal needs to shift and evolve. Okay, so Jupiter is going direct, hallelujah, in September, on the 13th of September. Jupiter is the jolly planet, so a bit of fun and laughter will be felt with that move from the 13th of September. Jupiter moving out of retrograde and going direct finally. But Jupiter is also connected to exaggeration or overdoing it. That's why I feel this is possibly just a message of be careful not to go overboard and over exaggerate and overdo things. But yeah, so you've got the energy of Jupiter is beneficial, it's freedom, it's expansion, it's adventure, it's also opportunity, it's the lucky planet. It's signifying a time of renewal and shows the end of old ways of looking at things, personally within yourself. So in August you might have felt that this is what I want and this is how I'm going to do it, but after the 13th of September there will be a shift in that, and you'll rethink it and see that it's probably not a good idea to go down that path. So yeah, your cycles of belief will be adjusting and changing, and you'll be reaching new levels of understanding and meeting new people and that are going to help you learn in this next cycle of learning, because we're all continually learning. Now, also Saturn, as I said, is in there, the Lord of Karma, which is going direct on the 29th of September. So that's really good news too. We've got the Saturn that rules regulations and traditions going direct finally. We're not got it dragging us back and holding us back. We can start moving forward. Yes, we still have to follow rules and regulations and traditions, but that's okay. We're moving forward with it. We're not going back to those regulations and traditions. We're moving forward with adjustments and flexibilities. Okay? There will be people that feel disgruntled about this, but it is a good period for making profound change and a lot of progress. Now, Saturn is the Lord of Karma, and I do feel the karma unfolding for us on a global level is past life karma as well as ancestral karma, which could be classed as the same, but they're a bit different because we're spiritual beings having a human experience, which is the reincarnation side of things, and our ancestral side of things is about our ancestors, and that, you know, we are here on the planet today from a long line of people that are our ancestors that go back hundreds of years, and it took all of them to get us here. But on a spiritual level, we've also been reincarnated on the earth at this time to live through this. No matter where you are, I strongly believe that. I've been sort of getting that message coming through for weeks now. Now I see the two times in history, in the two eras that are being sort of played out with the people that are reincarnated at the moment to be from World War II era and the abolishment of slavery era. They're both reincarnated here now. Where that is fitting in for you, you can leave me a comment in the comments there below, or you can ask me some questions about it. But one of the important things that I really feel is strong, especially with the reincarnation, is that we have all been reincarnated many times. There may be people that are older souls than others, but we won't get into that right here today. But so we are constantly reincarnated. So the colour of our skin here in September 2020, in a past reincarnation, a past incarnation, we may not have been that colour. Now, you may be black in this lifetime, but you may well have been white in a past lifetime, and you may be a black male in this lifetime, and you may have been a white female in your past life. And it's all very relevant to what is unfolding for us here on Earth. And that's a part of the Saturn, Lord of Karma, I feel, is being able to distinguish that, really. And of course we've got Pluto retrograde as well in this partnerships. So partnership is a bit of a battle for Cancerians at the moment. They're doing it a bit hard and having to do a lot of hard work when dealing in partnerships, especially with Pluto in there, okay? Because you've got to let go of what isn't working for you anymore and be willing to acknowledge that that's not working for you anymore, and defining the right element that isn't working for you, because it's not about blaming somebody else. It's about realizing what it is that you have to change within yourself to make it work. That kind of thing. You will reap what you sow. So be careful. Don't take any risks. And here, of course, with the Star of Hope, you have that guiding star helping you with the joint finances, contracts, sex, birth, death and rebirth. Full moon is over here in the 9th house of philanthropy, spirituality, connections with overseas travel. That's on the 3rd of September, the full moon in Pisces. Possibly a good time to slow down and rest and see where your life's at and what has culminated, and trust your intuition. Here in the area of your career, you've got Mars retrograde in Aries. Now Mars is the warrior planet. It's about battles. It's about energy and vigour and physicality, masculinity. Now it's in retrograde, so Mars goes retrograde on the 10th of September. So that is weighing up the primitive side of ourselves with the civilized, primitive versus civilized, the fundamental instincts to survive. Yes, okay. Now, if those two fundamental instincts are out of balance or overactive, they are destructive. And we can see that with some places around the world that, on a larger scale, countries around the world that are imploding on themselves. That's that Mars retrograde energy, okay? And if you get antagonized and provoked, it can also be an explosive energy. So tricky business there with Mars in retrograde in Aries. Ducking and weaving, as I said, especially with the Uranus energy in retrograde as well in Taurus. Uranus here in the 11th house is about liberation, freedom. It's also about the futuristic side of things, science fiction, space exploration, transmission, computers, high-tech gadgets. Now, at worst, it can encourage rebellion and exile, and people who choose not to fit in. So the Uranus retrograde energy is exploring the unknown to make it known. It's a multi-dimensional energy, the Uranus energy. So there is a desire that comes from Uranus energy that can have us really wanting to discover something different or do something different, and if that vehicle of desire and inner drive isn't met, then people can become irritable and erratic moods. There could be unreliable behaviour and feeling of dissatisfaction or anxiety. Nervous breakdowns, and I feel that the planet in a way, or the world, the population of the world in a way, is having a bit of a nervous breakdown. So that is the Uranus retrograde energy, and it's in your area of friends and associates and social groups. So trust that intuition. And if that Neptune in Pisces, if you get that feeling of not to do something or not to join up with that group or whatever, then, you know, have a rain check. Don't go. Stay home or stay isolated and, you know, hermitized with your little hermit there. Got to trust your gut instincts more than ever here through 2020. And then you have that Ten of Pentacles there. That is what your focus is on, which is a good focus to have, to build something for the future, to give yourself security. Okay? But just be aware of self-sabotaging. You can be so focused on making money and earning money that you actually sabotage yourself, because even though it's important, yes, to have an income and keep it going, and this is saying that you will be able to have one with these two cards next to each other. I mean, you're not going to be going completely broke or anything here through September, but it sort of doesn't want you to obsess about it or overdo things. You know what I mean? Okay, so now I will ask for your guardian angel and what message there is for you from the guardian angels. There's jumpers in there, we've just got to wait for one to come out. Oh, they're really jumping. Oh, there we go. Thank you. And what do we have here? Angel of Solitude. Well, there you go, Cancer. You're going to crawl back into your shell. 29 is a significant number for you in September as well. And we'll just see what message the Angel of Solitude actually has for you, Cancerians. And that is, by seeking solitude, you will find the answers that you seek. I allow myself to seek solitude so that I can rejuvenate my soul and find the inner peace and clarity I need. There you go. That makes a lot of sense to the rest of the reading, because there is that, you know, your inner life wants the solitude, the peace and the justice, and that will help you to conform to what you need to conform to, but your outer world is really at odds with your inner world, which could be causing problems in your relationships, business or otherwise. So let me know in the comments if you want to know anything more. Have you got any questions? Just ask me in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you, Cancer. So I will just ask the Acacia Records what message the Akashic Records has for you. And you have the One of Scrolls, and it is a message that you are on track, and that actually is a train track there, and a train in a beautiful old-fashioned train station. Don't see many of them around anymore. They're very beautiful. So you're waiting for your train to take off there, but you're on the right track. So that's something. That's good to know. Because September is lightening up. It may not be lightening up in the big picture of you know what's going on out in the world stage, but it's lightening up personally in your inner world. So through travel or a move can be indicated in this card. The meaning is often about choices of direction. So you may be ambivalent about taking a certain track in your life in regard to a project or a relationship. Could be a career. It might even be your location. But now you have time to decide. If you're not quite as assured as you'd like to be, the engine is smoking. There is a direction that compels you, so get on board and you will not falter. Now, the Akashic force that you can tap into with this card is by taking a deep breath and then say, I'm back on track. I feel the clarity of that declaration and let the energy fill you. As the state of readiness moves through you, sense just one simple action that will realign you with your purpose. Lovely. Okay, so thank you so much, Cancer, for joining me, and sending many blessings your way. Stay safe. Keep washing those hands and using sanitizer, and don't forget to rub in some lovely hand cream. And if you're feeling a little bit melancholy or down or anxious, try using some frankincense, which is what I'm using. It does uplift your spirits, and the feeling does last for a couple of days really after using it. So until next time, Cancer, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments there for me. Namaste.